everybody. How is it going? Hello, welcome to Thursday Night Live. We're going to do some questions, political and current event questions. So, welcome everybody, um, and uh, yeah. So send your questions in, and we're going to get started. Um, yeah, that's it. I'm back from the UK. I was in the UK, and now I'm back, and I got back last night. And it was a very busy day yesterday, so there you go. So yeah, happy to be back, happy to be here with you guys. Happy Thursday. We shall begin. And I'll do the name checks at the end like I always do. And yeah, let's get to talking. Okay, so what do you see for next Tuesday? How will the Dems do in the midterms? It's the $1 million question, right? Okay. So I'm getting what I've been getting, which is that the Dems will win. They'll keep everything. There's going to be, now we're hearing about it, right? We've been saying there's going to be lawsuits. It's not going to be over that night. It's going to go on, and they're going to try and pull the same stuff. So, just be prepared for that. But in the end, they will take it. They have to stick with it. They've got to see these things through till the end, which I really believe that they will, especially if they, are sure they've won. They're going to stick it out, and they're going to, go take it in court as far as they can. And I'm sure they will fight. But I think we're going to see some violence. I hope that it's not. To me, it feels like skirmishes. It doesn't feel like anything like January 6th, not on that scale. It just feels like little things here and there, to intimidate. Especially if there hasn't been a decision made yet. They're counting votes. They're probably going to try to intimidate. So just be aware. So when I look at this, and when anybody looks at future events, right? You're following the most probable thread. What's most likely right now, and that's what my guides are showing me, what is most likely. So that's the thread we're following. There are other threads that could happen, but they're just not as likely. This is how my guides show me what they show me. It's just not as likely. So I did ask them, and I just thought you might find this interesting, because I was just doing it for my own knowledge, but I thought maybe I would share this with you guys, that I asked my guides to follow another thread. And I said, if Republicans took the House, what would it look like? And it was very interesting, because what they said was that Kevin McCarthy would have such a hard time getting everybody on the same page that they'd actually be able to do very little. And part of it is because from the Liz Cheneys to the Marjorie Taylor Greens, nobody respects Kevin McCarthy. So it would kind of be a Paul Ryan situation. This is how I kind of, you know, determined, was that it seemed like it would be kind of a Paul Ryan situation, where he wouldn't be able to harness everybody and get them on the same page, not the way Nancy Pelosi does. So they would actually be able to do very little. They can make a lot of noise, and they can disband some committees and stuff like that, but really they're just going to be not doing much. And so if the other thread was followed, that's what it looked like. And then some of the things that they did do, Joe Biden's there to veto it. So in a way, we wouldn't be making progress anymore, but we wouldn't be backing up either. We'd just kind of be standing still for a while. So that's what they said. So I just thought you might find that interesting and maybe a little bit, but it just seemed like he had no control over anybody. Everybody was just, out for themselves. It's the way they are. So anyway, I kind of breathed a little easier, thinking, okay, even if this other thread is somehow we get to that thread somehow, this is what will most likely happen in that case. So, but I still see them winning and taking everything. So, uh, that's what I still see. So, all right. Thank you for the question. Was there anything in particular that span de Pepe, who is Canadian, into conspiracy and would eventually make his break into the Pelosi home and assault Paul Pelosi? Anything in particular? Okay, let's look at that. And his name is DePape? DePape? So I just heard 4chan. So I think maybe there was something on that website, maybe. And just so you know, too, this guy there's he believes it all. I mean, he really does. He is a true believer. Um, I also kept getting the word affiliated. He's affiliated with something or some group. Um, it doesn't mean that I don't. It doesn't necessarily mean that he was working on, they, there was some kind of bigger conspiracy than just him. He could have been a lone wolf, but I keep getting this word affiliated. So he was affiliated with some group, and but I do feel like he took it upon himself. Um, it was weird when I was on. I think it was when I was on Debbie's channel last week. I kept seeing Lee Harvey Oswald, and I was trying to think what is with that comparison, but that's what I kept seeing. My guys kept showing me him. So if you guys have any ideas what that could mean, I don't know. I don't know what it means, but I kept seeing that. And I know if I see it, it's supposed to mean something, but that's what I kept getting. Um, and maybe it is that just that he is like a true believer of what he believes. He's real convictions about what he thinks is going on. And to me, it feels very like layered with conspiracies, like a mountain of conspiracies. He believes it all. So anyway, that's the way it comes across. So in particular, I heard 4chan, so there must have been something specific that day or something. But I also get like he has a lot of like like I see family stuff, but it's um yeah, there's some family things as well that I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't um yeah, something with family. I don't want to get too far into him because I just don't want to, but if there's something with family as well. Will the attack on Paul Pelosi wake up anybody in MAGA world? Not um not on any no. I mean I was gonna say I feel like there are a few people in government that are very upset about this that it probably would maybe not describe themselves as MAGA, but have gone along thus far. I feel like it was a real um it's brought up a red flag for them. It's a And I think it's because it's the family that was attacked. Um, it wasn't Nancy herself, it was her husband, and I feel like that is it. She's an innocent person, right? She's just trying to do her job. She's not guilty of anything, the things that they're saying about her. So she's an innocent person, but she is, an elected official, and she knows that there's risks in being an elected official. This is her family. So I feel like people are kind of like these people are off limits. They didn't sign up for this. Um, so I feel like there are a few people in government that have a real this was very disturbing, very, very disturbing to them and hit them personally. So that's what I'm feeling. That's why I kind of hesitate because I'm like, well, maybe, but not MAGA people. They're too entrenched in the um, just listening to whatever they're told and just doing whatever they're told. They're too entrenched in it, unfortunately. Please pray for Paul Pelosi's recovery too. He's out of the hospital, but being 82 and having a skull fracture isn't going to be easy to recover. That is, yeah, very true. Yeah. Say prayers for him and for them. Hey, Kevin. I was on Kevin's channel earlier and it was really, really fun. Really fun to talk to him. Will Cash Patel spill the beans on Trump now he's been given immunity? Cash Patel. Um, I feel like he might implicate other people. I feel like he's might bring other people into this. I don't know. I think I said this on a Thursday Night Live that I keep seeing whenever I see anything about like, on the news, whenever they're talking about the documents, I always see Michael Flynn. And so I feel like he was either what I think is that he was either involved in selling the documents, knowing where to go who would be interested in what, or and what they could be used for, that kind of thing, and or telling Trump which documents to take. I feel like he's either on both ends of that or on one of those ends. But I always see Michael Flynn, and I do wonder if maybe Cash Patel might implicate him or start talking about other people involved. Um, it wasn't just Trump that did this. I don't think it was a big group, but I think it was a few people that were like, this could be worth money. These countries would want to buy this stuff. I just saw Roger Stone too. So there's other people involved here. And I think Cash Patel might give them that. And but the question is, will he talk? Yes, he will talk. I feel like he already is. I mean, I feel like it might be through lawyers or whatever, but I feel like he's already kind of cooperating. Um, and I feel like they've been working on this for a while, this immunity deal. Um, there was a threat. Just heard there was a threat. So they maybe threatened him or something, or said, "We have this on you. You can have immunity if you give us this." So yeah, there's something about that. Will Clarence Thomas be impeached because of his various conflicts of interest on different rulings and with his wife, Ginny? Well, as you know, I've always seen him leaving because to take care of his wife, whatever that means. But I, I want to say definitely, but I am very, very, um, very, very pretty sure he's going to be leaving in 2023. Um, I for the longest time, I've seen two more people leaving, right? Um, and I actually because I was thinking about when I would do my 23 predictions, and that came up almost right away that there'd be 2 more openings, and I feel like Clarence Thomas is one of them. Impeached. You know what? I feel like if an impeachment starts, I think he will just step down. Or if there's talk of it, I don't think he'd allow himself to be thrown out. I think he'd just leave. Um, and also feel like an impeachment process would bring out a whole other, like a bunch of other stuff. And so I almost feel like it's just like, I'm just getting out of here. So that would be a way to get rid of him. But I always felt like he would step down because of, whether he says it out loud or because something does happen with his wife, he leaves because of his wife. So to take care of his wife. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for him. I mean, just corruption, right? We have corruption in our government, in our court right now. That's just where we are. Is Clarence Thomas feeling any kind of pressure now it's being published? He was seen as the final ticket. Okay, let's see. Final ticket to Trump staying in power. So it's interesting with him because I feel like his wife is a true believer, right? She really believes this stuff. We've talked about her. With him, I feel like he knows the truth, but he's angry. He seems really, really angry at Democrats and what Democrats want to do. He feels very angry about that, and he also feels like um, he has weird ideas about stuff. Uh, to me, it doesn't feel like Ginny. Like it's not to me. It's not. He doesn't believe this conspiracy stuff, but he has weird ideas about the the president and what people in charge should do. And so he shouldn't be on the court. I mean, he has really, to me, it feels like he has really weird ideas and extreme ideas. And he has a way that he wants the world to look and how he wants the world to be. That's what it feels like. And it's extreme and it's very it's not in line with really what democracy is. He has weird ideas about things. So a book. I feel like somebody's writing a book on him right now. I feel like somebody's doing a book on him right now. Because I feel like I heard the phrase is in the book. And so I feel like a book is being written right now. So maybe there'll be a book about him. Yeah, Connie B. Thomas is toxic. He is. Yeah, just one of those people. He kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Stephen Miller or somebody like that. Like he has a weird idea of what the world should be or how it should be. Or as Steve Bannon, those kind of people, just like weird. Um, yeah. Anyway, he also has that vibe of I'm smarter than everybody else, and I know that kind of vibe about him. So it feels like Trump should be in jail, but instead he remains free and still very much in power. Will anything bring him down? Yes. Yes. Um, Yes, absolutely. Um, and there's a certain segment, right, that use him, that are still enamored of him, but it's small. I mean, I keep saying that, but it's true. It's not this huge, gigantic, it's not like it was in 2016. Um, and it's not even what it was in 2020. And they lost everything then. So it's the people that just can't let go. They somehow think he's going to come and rise in the ranks again, and he's not. He will never be president again. Never. Um, he's going to be charged and he's going to die on trial probably. That's what I keep seeing is that he'll probably just die when he's just going being on trial. Now, I did see one time I did have an image of him in prison talking to a reporter, and I don't know why I saw it. It was weird because I saw him and he was sitting in like the orange jumpsuit, and he was sitting there talking to a reporter, and he had gray hair, and it was all slicked back, and it was kind of like longer in the back. It was all slicked back, and he was really, really pale, and his hair was gray. And I was just like, why does he look like that? And then it dawned on me, that's how he would look in prison, because he wouldn't have a spray tanner and he wouldn't be able to coif his hair and stuff like he normally does, because it kind of looked like it was receded and then really long, like kind of a longer gray hair, and he wouldn't be able to color it, right? So that's what he would look like. And so, and that those kinds of things where it's like, oh yeah, that's why he would look like that. That gives it validity to me. That tells me that it's my guide's telling me something, because I really had to like figure it out and think about it. But that is how he would look. So I did have that just once, just one time. So there is the possibility of him going to jail, but with how he drags things out, the stress of it, the embarrassment and of it, actually being, called on his crap, um, I think he might die on trial. And he's in horrible health. He's in horrible health. So he may die on trial. So for entertainment purposes only. um, yeah, anyway, that's what I get for him. But yes, absolutely. And he is being brought down, right? It's just that because we've never done this before, we've never had such a lunatic, corrupt, um, criminal president. I think they're just being really careful and taking it slow because um, they want to make sure it's done right. So they're just being careful. And I think that because they're being careful, it'll be slow. But yeah, he's being brought down as we speak. He's in the middle of being brought down. All right. Joe Biden gave a great speech yesterday about how democracy is on the line in the election. Is this message getting through to people who don't already see the threat? So I just asked, does the average person get it? Do the average voter? And what I got was they don't like the extremist. They don't like the extremes that they've seen recently with Roe v. Wade and that kind of thing. And also the extreme positions on like the election was stolen and those kinds of things. People don't like it's it's very unsettling to the average person. I actually feel like part of that is their instincts being, woken up a little bit. When you can just feel something's wrong or you feel like it's not, that's somebody's lying to you, that you get that feeling. A lot of people have that feeling about this, that it's unsettling to them. So uh, I feel like the average voter, the regular guy, the regular woman, they are they're getting it, or they have it. They understand. And it's a lot of it just their gut telling them this is not how it should be. Um, or there's it it's a bad road to go down. Okay. So that's yeah. So that's what I'm getting. I don't already see it. Um, so I feel like it is getting through to regular people. Extremists, right? I don't think so. It's just regular people, independents and Democrats and normal Republicans. That's it. Will Carrie Lake win in Arizona against Katie Hobbs for governor? It feels like Hobbs has given Lake too much room to be in. Oh, to light and failing to bait her. You know what bugs me, and maybe this bugs you too. I'm not sure. Why did they wait till the very last minute to bring in Obama? And why did they wait to bring? They should have been on the campaign trail for a while now. Why do they do that? They always wait to the last. And I know it's like I don't know if it's tradition or what it is, but and I know they're busy. Don't get me wrong. I know they're busy, but it's like these people should be out there more. They'll have them out there for the last few months. Why the last Democrats are bad at messaging. They don't have the best strategies. It's very frustrating. But I love to hear Obama, and I think people love to hear him. It's like he's such a jewel in our crown. Why aren't we, anyway, I don't get it, because Trump's out there all the time, every damn day. Okay, so Carrie Lake. So I just heard tiebreaker. So I feel like that may be a really close race. Hmm. Um, there's some like shenanigans that are going to happen with this. I don't think I don't think it's cheating during the race, but I feel like it's afterwards. There's some shenanigans that take place, or something's weird. Um, and there's other people involved too. I'm going to ask it a different way and see if I'm going to ask if Katie Hobbs will be sitting in that seat. I actually I think Carrie Lake might sit in the seat, but I don't feel like it's deserved. I feel like there's something that goes on afterwards. Um, what I would say is big prayers to Katie Hobbs, and big prayers to her, and pushing her over the finish line. And um, yeah, I think she needs our help, whatever we can do spiritually. If you live in Arizona, of course, vote, get people out to vote. But there's something I really don't like about this, the aftermath. There's something that goes on. So, at least from where I sit today, we can do it. We can read again, but I can look at it again, like over the weekend, see if anything changes. And if it does, I'll let you know. But it doesn't feel, there's something that feels really weird about this. And I think I'm getting like Carrie Lake might take the seat, but it's not deserved. She shouldn't be there. So that's what I'm getting. Not to, and not to, you know, there's going to be this kind of stuff that happens. I still feel like we're keeping everything, but there's going to be these weird little things that happen that are just going to be like, oh, that's totally unfair. Or that's wrong. But, yeah, it's weird. 'Cause and yeah, it's too bad that Katie Hobbs didn't find a way, that she could debate her or find some kind of, a method to beat her in a debate or something. I don't get that. I really, it's too bad. I understand because Carrie Lake is just horrible and will just lie and they just lie, but we've got to find a way to take this on and confront it in some way that is effective because can't just let them lie. Um, be sworn in. Yeah, I got that. I think that Carrie Lake might be sworn in, but that she doesn't deserve to be there. So that's what I got. Send lots of love and light and help to Katie Hobbs because we don't want her to be there. Okay. Some people say that Trump is showing serious signs of physical and mental decline. You think? Yeah, he is. Is this the case? Was it COVID? It's true, or just old age. Uh, it's weird. I'm getting something about his like stomach and like intestines and stuff. That's weird. I've never gotten that before, but I'm getting that right now. Yeah, I'm getting chills with that too. So there's something about that. I mean, in mental decline, I mean, yeah, in this arena though, his brains aren't really what drives the driving force with him. It's his willingness to do and say anything. He'll do and say anything. And most people are not like that. Most people are, um, they have lines that they draw. I'll, be very powerful, but I'll never lie or I'll never, he doesn't have any of that. He is completely freed himself up to do and say whatever he has to. So he still has that capability, even though, yeah, I do think his mind is in decline. I think he's more paranoid. I think he's angrier. Um, you know, he's he's not great at, he needs lawyers and stuff to tell him what to do and all these horrible situations he gets himself in. but that ability to just do and say whatever, to just stay where he is and to keep grifting, um, that's the thing that he's still able to do and will do. Um, but yeah, as far as his physical and mental health, it's in bad shape. Um, I feel like even like he forgets. Well, we saw some of this, I guess, but I'm getting the feeling like he forgets words. Like he forgets his vocabulary has gotten very small. He forgets a lot of words. He gets words wrong, things like that, mixed up, basically. Um, yeah. So a COVID, well, okay, yeah. I'm getting that part of his mental decline has to do with COVID, or it jumped it a little bit. So he was already declining, but it made it worse, made the decline quicker. Um, I saw like an asthma inhaler, so I don't know if he has to use an inhaler now sometimes or something, but I just saw that as well. So I guess that's the COVID. Yeah, I think that's the COVID connection. Okay. Does Trump actually have any money after you take away all his debts? Yeah, entertainment purposes only. Um, so I'm getting a couple of things that he doesn't he doesn't really own his own stuff, and that a lot of places are doing really badly. They're not bringing in they're not bringing in profit. They're not profitable. Um, yeah, I'm getting chills with that. To me, it feels like a couple of things out of the country that are not like, it's like, why does, I think he might even keep them as like a loss, like to put a loss on his taxes. I feel like they don't bring in anything, which is weird. And then, and then I feel like other stuff, it's not his. Um, it's either whoever gives him the money, it's theirs. So without loans, yeah, I do feel like I wouldn't say he's completely broke, but I don't feel like it's much, especially in his world, with all the Russian oligarchs and stuff like that. It really isn't a whole lot. Yeah, it just feels like this stuff is like I don't own my own stuff. That's what it feels like. So, yeah, I'll just leave you with that. Oprah just endorsed Fetterman again. Do it 2 months ago, Oprah. Why are you doing it right now? It's like, what? A lot of people have already early voted. Do it earlier. Okay. After Trump, will his product progeny prodigy progeny inherit anything other than his wind? Okay, will his Yeah, you know what? It feels like they'll inherit like debt. It doesn't feel like they're going to inherit anything. So yeah, his wind and debt. That's what it feels like. But they do. It feels like they inherit a bunch of debt. It might be one of those things, where it's like um, he owed more than he was bringing in. He owed more than he had. He owes money. He doesn't have any. Uh, but we're talking about when he dies, and this is like they inherit his debt. So a little more than his wind. A lot of debt. Wonderful. But not only that, right? He's ruined the Trump name, right? Yeah, that's right. She brought in Oz. Oh my gosh, Oprah, do it 2 months ago. What's the future of Twitter? Recently, well, as you may know, when I had asked about him taking over, Elon was taking over. I saw him pushing it off a cliff. So he's going to ruin it, and he's going to. It's what's weird is that he's pushing it off the cliff. So it's almost like he wants to destroy it, which is weird. Why would that be if he, um, bought it for so much? But um, or it means that he changes it so much that he ends Twitter. Basically, it becomes something else completely. Um, I feel like I feel like there's lawsuits coming for him. I feel like somebody's coming for him. I don't think he owns it very long, which is weird. I feel like he might be letting it go. It's I want to say around a year that he has it and then he lets it go. So whatever happens, it does not go well. Um, and somehow I feel like it becomes a drain on him. So, but yeah, I'm seeing lawsuits for some reason. I feel like it's connected to Twitter, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So weird. Just reading the chat. Um, Johnny's, Johnny Eastman faced disbarment over his role on January 6th, fishing the elector scam. Same question for Rudy. So Rudy definitely. Um, John Eastman. Actually, yeah, it's weird because I feel like he gets disembarred about something new. Um, is he still practicing right now? Is he doing something right now? I haven't heard about him defending Trump, but I feel like he's going to be disbarred, but it's because of something he's going to do, not something he's already done.
Well, he's being very active right now in the midterms and
Oh,
working
okay.
behind the scenes to basically get ready to contest a lot of the results, prior to them actually even coming in.
Oh, I advise against that because he's going to be disbarred. So that's very interesting. So yeah, because I feel like it's something that's coming. that gets him disbarred. So I would advise him against doing that if I were his lawyer. So there you go. Is Val Demings going to beat Marco Rubio? Again, very corrupt state, right? Corrupt, very corrupt over there in Florida, right? Or having some corruption. I guess not everybody's corrupt, obviously. Um, very margin of error. So I feel like maybe the people that are in that, how they always say like, uh, this amount, this percentage, and there's 4% undecided. I feel like she gets those. So I feel like she I do actually feel like she's going to win. But again, it feels so close. And I know a lot of these races are going to be close, but it feels like that those undecideds or that margin of error, like 2% or 3%, I feel like she gets that 2 or 3%. It goes to her somehow. Um, or she wins within the margin of error. So maybe like 1 or 2 points or something like that. But it does feel like she wins. And I feel like it's going to be down to the wire. Um, that one actually might be decided on election night. I feel like it's very, very close, but I feel like it's clear. I feel like it's a clear victory. It's not under 1% or something. It feels like it's like 2 or 3%. So I feel like it's going to be a nail biter, and I feel like it's once they're at like 99 point, 5% or whatever they can call it, but it feels like it goes way down to the wire. It's kind of back and forth all the way down, and then she does it. Um, she'd be great. She'd be great for Florida. She really would be. Um, yeah, so that's what I got. Is Michael Flynn becoming more exposed to legal problems? He seems all over January 6th. I know. He's so annoying. I don't like him at all. I know you're not supposed to say you don't like people, but I just he's just so vile, just the way that he is. Okay. Such an angry man. I feel like they're working on a case against him. Um, it's weird though. I don't know if it's for January 6th. Yeah, they're coming for him. It's like they're working on it now. They're working on a case. That's what it feels like. So I think his time is coming. But it's weird. I don't, for some reason, I don't feel like it's related to, maybe it's some aspect of January 6th, but it doesn't quite feel like that. It feels like something else. But they're coming for him. I feel like that's what it feels like. They're coming for him. They're coming for him. So it just feels like something is brewing, like right now as we speak. They're getting a case together. So yeah. Uh, great. They're coming for you, Barbara. We keep hearing that women are more concerned with the price of used cars than losing the right to their bodies. What say you about the Roe wave? No, I'm getting that they absolutely care. They absolutely care. Um, and we actually may have all of the women, and particularly young women, coming out to vote for kind of turning the tide of the election, making a big difference. So stay tuned. Is what I want to say. Stay tuned for this one because I feel like there's something kind of there's something interesting about this. So I feel like it's because I keep feeling like they turn the tide. So there are going to be plenty of women coming out. And that's just not true. I don't get that feeling at all that they care more about the price of used cars or the price of gas or that does not resonate at all. Um, they may not be too as like loud about it. I feel like they just show up. They're not, they don't need to talk about it forever. They just are showing up to, um, and I keep hearing daughters. So I feel like it's a lot of the, how you say the, like the suburban woman and stuff. It does feel like they're coming out for their daughters. Um, Women are coming out for their daughters. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of young people, like I said, and a lot of young women. But I am also getting that they are women are coming out for their daughters for this. Yeah. Will Hochul, Democrat, win against Zeldin in the New York governor's race? Yeah, I feel like the Democrat wins. Will Hochul. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Yay! Or Yeezy, or Conway West, or Mr. X Kardashian, Mr. Kim Kardashian had a bad week. Is he done and dusted? So whenever I look at him, I always get my mental illness sign, which is a medication bottle. And usually what that medication bottle means is that he either needs medication or his medication is wrong. There's something about medication. So I always get that with him. So I do feel like he's, let's say, on his way out. I do feel like um, I just heard it's a sad story. So I feel like his decline from this stuff is going to be kind of sad. Um, his energy feels it's actually really sad because I feel like this he's intelligent, but his mind is all over the place. Because I feel like a lot of times he doesn't make sense, and he sees things strangely. He has a weird perception of things. Yeah, this is mental illness, and I feel like, but I feel like what's hard about it, especially for people that do like him, is that he sounds he's able to sound um, coherent, but his mind is all over the place. That's the only way I can explain it. Uh, his mind is all over the place, and I feel like he has a lot of weird perceptions and a lot of weird thoughts and stuff. So it's all about up here. It's all about the brain. There's something going on there. Um, so done. Yeah. I mean, he's like, I feel like his career, everything like that he did that was good is behind him, or not good, but that was successful is behind him. But I feel like when this is all said and done, it's going to be kind of a sad story. So, and he says and does such vile things, right? It's hard to have compassion for somebody when they cause other people misery, or they, say and do horrible things. But I do feel like this is to me is a clear case of mental illness in his mind just going, yeah, he just has a weird way of seeing things and looking at things. And yeah, distorted thinking. Thank you, I know, Linda. Um, thank you. Yeah, distorted thinking. That's a perfect way to put it. Because I do feel like if you sat down and talked to him, you'd be like, oh, this is an intelligent guy. And then about an hour in, you'd be like, he's crazy. This is a crazy guy. It's one of those things. It doesn't appear all, right away, but keep talking to him and you realize that he's nuts. I shouldn't say nuts. He's got something definitely going on with his brain. So it's a long answer, but I just stepping into his energy is just like there's a lot going on. Yeah, a hamster wheel. Exactly. That's exactly right. Like arguing in circles. Um, yeah, just seeing the world in a really bizarre way. How is Zelensky feeling about Ukraine's resistance fight against Russia? So I heard the words "we're winning." So I feel like he feels like they're winning. But I also feel like he feels like they have the support of the world. They have the support of most countries in the world. And it's you know, so I feel like he feels like they're going to I feel like he thinks that they are going to knock Russia completely out and maybe something even with Crimea. Um, so yeah, there's something about that. So I just feel like he believes they're winning, that they're going to win. Russia will be pushed back. By the way, very interesting. Do you remember that I talked about seeing blue soldiers and that soldiers freezing to death? That's what I felt like it was. Um, I saw an article that talked about, I didn't read the whole thing, but I read part of it that was talking about the fact that um, because he's knocked out all the power supply, that Putin is being um, people are saying that he is doing something that is being called death by freezing. And what's interesting is that maybe that's the way he sees it, is he's going to freeze out, the people in Ukraine. However, it why how would he not think about the fact that this is going to affect his own people? Because and they don't have anything. Like, they don't have the proper equipment. They don't have generators. They don't have, who why does he think this wouldn't affect his own soldiers? But um that's what that's what they said in this article that I saw, that he's being accused of death by freezing. And I think that it may, if that is what he's doing, it's going to backfire. It's going to be his. I keep seeing that picture of blue soldiers, and I know that they're Russian soldiers. So something's going to happen with that. Um, and to me, it will be one of those things where it's like he tried to do this to them, but it hurts them more. It hurts the Russians more. I mean, say prayers that they just drop their weapons and leave, or they go with Ukraine or something, because it's going to be horrible if they just do what Putin's asking. They're gonna be dead, and I keep getting that image. So I just feel like, he thinks he's hurting Ukraine, but he's gonna hurt his own soldiers. Dummy. So Zelensky, he's feeling like they're gonna win, and he feels like they're winning, and I feel like he feels like they're gonna get everything back and more. So that's how he's feeling. Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel like I kind of long-winded answers, but I'm sorry about that. Um, it's one of those nights. I got home very late last night, but I feel like I'm connecting, but I'm just yeah, slow on the uptake here. What do you see about Secretary of State elections in various swing states? This is how the GOP intend to intimidate result. Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, how democratic, right? They love democracy. I feel that there'll be a couple of Secretary of State like election deniers elected, but not very many. I feel like it's not going to be like, oh my gosh, we have all these election deniers. It's not like that. It's maybe one or two. Um, so not well is what I would say. Um, yeah, not great. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. And earlier I just wanted to kind of leave on this note. Um, that when I was talking to Kevin today, I was saying that our natural state, right, as spirits, in the end, our natural state is being joyful, being loving, and being free. And so we're always moving to that. Those vibrations are what we're moving towards. And so, although we're going to have resistance, we're going to have bumps in the road, we're going to have, because there's going to be, um, when there's I think there are more light workers and light beings here than ever. And when you have that, you have you have a lot of light, you have some shadow, right? You have shadow that that pops up. And we're seeing a lot of that pushback, people scared of not retaining what they've always had, not having power they've always had. But those are the principles we're moving towards always. Freedom, joy. Um, yeah, we're moving towards those things, not towards yeah, that's just not, it's not who we are. So yeah, exactly, an energy shift. Thank you. Um, but that's what it is, because that's what we come from. Um, Love, joy, and freedom. That's it. So that's where we're moving. If they don't like it, it's too bad. It's happening. It's our soul's evolution. That's what it is. Or us evolving, continuing to evolve. And trying to devolve us, but they're not going to be able to. Suck it, funny bear. Oh, thank you, True. That's so sweet. Thank you. Um, yeah, thank you, Truth. Um, and by the way, and speaking of dollars, I'm putting up all of our donations on the community page. So if you're interested in seeing where we gave to, go on the community page. I'll try to put it up tomorrow morning. And I usually put the website. So if you want to go check out the different, things that we're supporting. And I do it like every few months now. I used to do it like every month and read them off and blah, blah, but I'm just putting them in the community page, and I just list them all like for the last few months. So thank you. And if you're a subscriber, you gave to those things. So thank you so much. And yeah, I don't have any mentoring sessions right now. They're all gone, but you can get on the waiting list. So just send me an email that just put waiting waiting list in the description. And I have my classes on. Oh, thank you, Michelle, my bell. Um, I have my classes on intuitiveview.com, including the 2 new classes, one on dowsing rods and one on communicating with orbs. And you guys, if the people that are doing the communicating with orbs, if you guys get any cool footage, or let me know. Let me know what you guys get, because I'm really curious about that. I hope you guys enjoy that one. So yes, I know Connie B, Oprah endorses Fetterman, but it's too late. Come in earlier. These people, she should have done it 2 months ago. What was the holdup? Um, Sorry. Hate to complain, but it's true. I'm glad she did. I'm really glad she did, but do it 2 months ago. Okay, everybody, I'm going to do some name checking. I'm going to thank you one by one. I'm going to thank you. Um, so, oh, and Saturday, I'm doing a special thing with John of New, and we're going to do a live discussion about good and evil, crime and punishment, here, and spiritually, those things, and here as human beings. So it should be a really interesting discussion. I believe it's going to be at 1 o'clock on Saturday. So Pacific time. So I'll put it in the community page. And again, check the community page. And then also you can join the club and just hit the join button on any video. You can do that. Would love to have you. All righty. Okay, Rebecca Davis. Thank you. Susan Funes. And thank you for our donations, Michelle Ibella and Truth. Thank you so much. Deanna, I know Linda, Kim Seven, Tamara Reading, Cynthia Shepard, Rondell Thedgate, Smoky Sage, Patricia Franzina. Oh, happy birthday, Patricia. It's Patricia's birthday tonight, you guys. So happy birthday to Patricia. Your birthday's near mine, like a few days. Anita Garalo, Jan, Connie B, Be Still and Know, Lalit Stab. Hello, Elite. Hope your channel is doing really well. NH Mountain Dancer, Kevin's Loving Vibrations. Thank you so much. Blue Rose, Stone Rice Experiment, Nancy the Water Chick. Oh, and thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam, so much for helping out. Itonary, Esther Singh, DMMXX1. Oh, what's that number? 19. No, I'm not gonna try to do Roman numerals. Something with 2024. All right. And you're welcome. Janice Conant, Rondell Thedgate, Samilia Bankole, Sterling Roses, Sweet and Salty 1111, John of New, thank you. I'll see you Saturday. Lopus 911, Constance Campbell, Chiara Townley, Sharon Sipe, Craig Dixon, Connie B, Mother of Three Gotcha, Joe Schmo, Lillian Fredrickson, Stone, Susan Baby Suicide, Ralph Felciano, hello, thank you for doing this. Thank you. I bet they can top my art videos. I want to see what they get. Cindy B, thank you. UB Jr., Lalit Staub, Truth, Deanna, Prince Charming's mom, Wild Heart, Cynthia Smith, Arlene Forney, Duchess Margaret, okay, Lillian Frederickson, Janine M, Happy Girl, Craig Ditson, oops. Oh, and that Lula guy won, and the Brazilian guy stepped down, and we said that that's what was going to happen. I think it was on either the last Thursday or the one before that. So that's great. Loco Lolo, Rondell Threadgate, I already did that one. Shirley Ackerman Bethel, Carol Michael, Anna Hart, Butterfly Kisses Healing, Roxanne M, Kim Seven, Deanna, Sweet and Salty, already did that one. Chili Dog, Liz L, Sweetie Darling Lulu, Dan Artist Painter, thank you so much. Yes, I'll go on again for the midterms. I'll probably go on Saturday or maybe Monday. We'll do something because yeah, I'd like to look at things really close to the date. That's usually we get the most accurate there. So Aang, thank you. Tararoina Verere, thank you. Sparky, Sterling Roses, Louisa M, Barb P, Craig Dixon, Mother of Three Gotcha, Chris Wickens, thank you so much. Octavia Shirley, Jamie Johnson, Kathy Gray, Kat M, Thelma Schaefer, Carol Gallagher, Deanna, Karen Conroy, Ethereal Material, thank you. Rondell Threadgate, Flora D, Terena, oh, I already did that one. Chris Wickens, Mother of Three Gotcha, okay. Rabia Shahenshaw, I think that's right. Joanne Sanchez, Margarita Romero, Paulette Riddle, the Wolf Girl Oracle. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool name. Gretchen Jackie Mezuk, Jess R, Betty Harper, Anita Garolo, Padre Cat House or House Cat, Padre House Cat, Blue Rose. Thank you all so much. Annette Lewis, Judy H, Adam, good night, and thank you. Sharon Sipe, Jamie Johnson, Steph S, Craig Dixon, Sparky, Joni S, Sterling Roses, Lillian Fredrickson, Patricia Frenzino, Rice Experiment, Teresa Baltazar, Jess R, Mary Fitzgerald, Vivian, Karen Conroy, Kat M, thank you so much. Patty Olson, Barbara P, or Barb P, sorry. Carol Gibson Wilson. Kat M, Mary Adams. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Steph S, just R. Mama Bear, thank you so much. Terry Goodhart, Changer in the Changed, Vivian, thank you. Eileen Ramsey, Steph S, Joanne Sanchez, Sharon Sipe, John White, Connie B, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think I've got everybody who wanted to be name checked. And yeah, that's it, you guys. So yeah, if you get any cool art videos, send them to me. I would love that. Otherwise, have a great weekend. I'll see you Saturday if you want to get on that conversation with John and I. That would be super fun. And yeah, talk to you guys soon. Have a great night and a nice Friday tomorrow. See you later, guys. Bye.